What if I told you that luck doesn't have to be lucky? It doesn't. Luck does not have to be lucky. You can actually optimize for it. It's something that I noticed. When did I notice this? I noticed this when I first started selling SEO consulting services in 2015 or 16. And I was going to all of these tech meetups in New York City. Every night I would go to a different meetup. And I found that as I went to meetup and met with person to person, I created what's called top of mind awareness. And when someone in another person's life needed SEO services, the person that I met with would think of me and would refer me. And that is optimizing for luck. And there are ways to do that without going to meetups. And that's what I'm going to talk about on this show, how to do it without in-person events. In-person events is the easiest. And I've talked about that before. The TLDR for in-person events, for optimizing for luck with in-person events, is it's actually spend a lot of time with one person, because you need time to get top of mind awareness from somebody. If you don't spend a good amount of time with somebody, they're not going to remember you. And when somebody within their circle needs something that you could do, they won't think of you because they don't remember you. So in person, easy way to do it. Spend a lot of time with people. Then they remember you for whatever your niche is. That's how you get top of mind awareness and optimize for luck with in person. But how do you optimize for luck if you're in a very far away place from your target market? I do business with people in the United States mostly, but I'm in Poland. I'm traveling and I'm in Poland right now. I'm not at home in New York City. How am I getting top of mind awareness? My God, I wish, oh my gosh, the music in this hotel lobby is so nice. I'm using a setting in my editor called Studio Sound, which takes out all the background noise. So you won't hear it, but the music here is so good as I drink this almond milk cappuccino and sit here recording. All right, this is a service that I used to use. Probably haven't used it in a year. I should make a video about this service because it was really powerful when it was good. It used to be for meeting random professionals in person for coffee. It was called Lunchclub. I was obsessed with this. During lockdowns, they changed it to only digital, and it blew up because of that. I was living in Kiev, Ukraine, and from my apartment in Kiev, Ukraine, I was meeting with heads of huge companies in the United States. And actually, I met people who are still my friends today through Lunchclub. And I would do so many different calls. And one of the ways to optimize for luck is to just get on as many calls with professionals as you can. Now, I encourage being a maker on the show and making content. That's going to be the second thing that I recommend. And I don't really do calls anymore like I used to. I don't really need to. But if you don't want to be a maker, this is a great way to optimize for luck and to be anywhere. It's to get on tons of calls with people and just chat with them, kind of like you would at a networking meetup. Understand what they are passionate about, hear what they're doing, and then eventually they'll get bored talking about themselves. You're a good listener, and they'll ask you about yourself. You talk about yourself, and because you listen to them so well, they're going to remember things about you. That's actually how it works. It's counterintuitive. The better you listen to somebody, the more they remember about you when it's your turn to talk and when they ask you to talk. So you could try a service like Lunchclub. So good. I really need to make videos about Lunchclub. It was free at the time too. My gosh, I was doing the craziest calls with like such big people. My LinkedIn blew up because of Lunchclub. And it was so convenient. I would sit in my apartment in Kiev and have calls with people in New York and San Francisco and Los Angeles and Miami and all around the world, actually. People in Europe as well. I think I had calls on Lunchclub. Honestly, I'm not even kidding, with billionaires. It was lockdowns. That's how crazy it was. Yeah, I would encourage checking out Lunchclub. Very powerful tool. It was at the time. I'm not sure how powerful it still is. This was 2020. But there are other ways to do it. If you have any success in your life, send someone a cold message, leverage that success, exaggerate it in the email. Say, I did so-and-so, exaggerate it, lie a little bit. Just be like, hey, can you get on a call? Because I appreciate what you're doing. Send a sincere, thoughtful message and do things like that. And then at the end of the call, ask if there's anyone that they could introduce you to, because you're trying to expand your network. And if you do a good job listening to them and they have fun on the call and they feel that you're valuable, then you get to talk to other people. All right, so calls, number one. Number two, this is my favorite thing, and I just made a video about this today, putting out content every day. I call it 2024 networking. This is how you do networking in 2024. So you put out content every day, and you use a platform that pushes your content out for you. TikTok, Instagram Reels, even Twitter X to an extent. And by putting out content daily, eventually you start getting some pieces of content that do very well. And then people start reaching out to you. And no matter where you are in the world, people will reach out to you with opportunities. By sticking to something every day, you optimize for luck. That's another one of the reasons why it's so good to stick to one thing and not bounce around like a ping pong ball from opportunity to opportunity, because you ruin the chances of getting quote unquote lucky. I hate this term lucky, but it works in this regard. It's really not luck. It's a certainty. I see it as a mathematical certainty. If you do something for long enough and you are vocal, if you are vocal for long enough with one thing, you will get crazy opportunities. This is my belief. This is why I do everything that I do. This is why I have a daily podcast. This podcast is why I have a weekly newsletter. This is why I make daily videos. Because not only do you grow, for me, not only do I grow, not only do I create this body of work that becomes its own product and pulls people into it, but I optimize for luck. And making content, you can do that from anywhere in the world. It's the most amazing thing. So those are two big ways to optimize for luck. Three big ways. You can do it in person, go to events, be a very good listener. When it's your time to speak, then you talk about yourself. You could get on calls with people from wherever you are. I really was doing a call a day, sometimes 2 calls a day during lockdowns. Even after that, from 2020 to the end of 2021, I was doing 1 or 2 calls a day. So you could do that. Or my favorite now, I didn't understand how amazing it is picking a channel, picking a niche, picking a type of content. Maybe it's video, maybe it's a tweet, maybe it's an article, maybe it's an Instagram post, and then posting every day and doing it on a medium where your content gets pushed out for you, so you don't need to worry about the promotion. TikTok and Instagram are great for that. And that is how you optimize for luck. I call it networking in 2024. And this is episode 203 of The Edward Show. I hope this is valuable. I'm just sharing how I operate my life, what I personally believe in, what has worked well for me. Oh, and the last thing is opportunities compound. They compound, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.